Okay, continuing in the saga of why everything is stupid, today I want to talk about why black athletes are stupid. And I was thinking about this for a while, and now I have a really good reason to make this video because of the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. I guess that was last night, or was it Sunday? I think it was Sunday. So, first of all, let me just say again, when I made my Haka is stupid video, I had to make a disclaimer saying that I don't think that Maori people are stupid. It's the Haka itself. It's the idea of the thing. Wait a minute. And this time I actually am saying it's black athletes. Okay, so never mind. Not all black athletes are stupid. And it doesn't mean I don't like black people. I like black people. Kind of like in the same way Chris Rock likes black people. It kind of, everybody's like an individual. But I've noticed a trend, and when you notice a trend or a stereotype, I think it's okay to point it out. And so what my original video was going to be about was football, mostly. Because I'm sure you guys have probably seen a lot of these videos where people celebrate too early. Fail videos. So you don't see this a lot in baseball. There's not a lot of ways in baseball that you can celebrate too early because it's so tight. The timing of throwing the pitches to the bases and getting on base is like so perfectly down to the inch. It's always like neck and neck photo finish. It seems like there's no time to like stop and like fuck around at home plate. You never see that in baseball. Basketball, you'll have guys that shoot the ball and then they'll like look away and assume that they hit it, and then or they'll think that they won the game. Somebody will throw a long throw in or whatever it's called, and they'll like, man, I sound like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about with sports, which I really don't. But they'll lose the game even though they thought they won at the last second. So football, there's way more opportunities for celebrating because you got a whole end zone, people do an end zone dance, and it's like a big deal to get into the end zone. So, but black people feel like they have something in their brain that really makes them have to peacock and showboat and celebrate. Like I was talking about with the guy at work that wore the red pants all the time. They always have to peacock, which evolutionarily speaking, that's a good way to get women because that's how birds of paradise and other like animals do it. They have to like show off their tail feathers because you get chicks that way, and getting laid leads to having more babies, and it's like evolution. That's how it works. But in sports, you want to wait until you actually accomplish a goal before you celebrate it. You do see this a lot in like cyclists, people playing like bike racing. They'll throw our arms out and they'll slow down because they assume that they won, and then somebody will pass them real fast. Or running races, you'll see a lot of this stuff. Okay, so DeSean Jackson is the one that really seems to have started this thing of dropping the football right at the goal line. Like, I don't know what it is in their brain. They think they have to drop it just a millisecond before they get to the goal line. They can't be holding the ball while they're in the end zone because that would be just not cool at all. So they have to drop it like right, let's see, at the 20. The Tay catches the ball, dumps it right at the line. So let's look at this replay footage here. Dumps it right there. Right before he gets to the goal line. This is embarrassing. Normally I would think this would be funny, but watching these videos, for some reason it makes me mad because it's like they don't think about how much effort and time and training and practices and everything to make these touchdowns happen, and they just throw it all away for a millisecond of showboating because I don't know. Do they get brand deals from it because they look cooler? Like, look at this one. He's like falling backwards into the end zone. It's the same motherfucker. Sometimes it works, and I guess you do look cool for a second, but like overall, you could cost your team like a Super Bowl if you fuck up like this. And there's tons of these. Here's another one. A guy drops the ball right before the end zone because he wants to look cool. Here's another one. Look at this. He's already getting ready to do his pose, so he can't be holding the ball while he's in the end zone, so he has to drop it. And guess what, bitch? You just scored a touchback, and the other team gets the ball on their 20. So fuck you. You didn't do shit. You didn't even make the touchdown. Look at this. Drops it right before he crosses the plane. Look, what the fuck? Here's another one. This is an epidemic. Black athletes. Oh, I think he just actually dropped that one. Or he was trying to celebrate and he fucked up. I've seen that a lot too. This fat guy. I forgot who he was, but he like sticks his arm out and the guy just knocks it out of his hand at the goal line. Again, same shit. Again, right here. Dropping the ball before the end zone in football compilation. If you want to see a bunch of these and get pissed off like I have, it happens a lot. Boom, drops the ball. Here's another one. Oh, is that DeSean Jackson again? They even call it. I've heard an announcer say he DeSean Jacksoned it. Like that's his thing is fucking up. So another thing is that I guess black people tend to focus on really dumb things with their money. Like they care about shoes a lot. So like if you haven't heard of Nike Air Mags, I thought this was like a black thing because I thought these shoes look ridiculous. They look like if you got rollerblades and you pulled the insides out. And why would you pay $49,000 for these? I've seen them from like $12,000 to $15,000. I don't know why these are like $300. Some of them. I don't know if there's like fake ones or whatever. Freedom Fly. But like this is actually based on the Back to the Future shoe, and they have like a mechanism in them that self ties the laces. So that's why they're so expensive. Maybe it's not a black thing, but there are like really expensive basketball shoes that they waste their money on. And I've heard people say like with Kobe Bryant, like if he hadn't have been so successful, he wouldn't have been flying a helicopter to go to basketball practice with his kid, and he'd be alive today. Because that's just, people spend their money on dumb shit. I mean, like I've got a coworker. He's not black. He's a white guy, but he thinks like these black athletes do. He was in a car wreck and he fucked his leg up, and he had to do like physical therapy to get it back into condition, and he got like a $20,000 settlement. And he ended up like he just bought a H3 Hummer, like a used one, and he just bought like a $1,200 new iPhone 10 just so he can play like this Call of Duty type game on his phone better and like beat everybody. Like he's just throwing his money away because he just like, people, it burns a hole in their pocket and they can't hold on to money. Like for me, $20,000, I'm like, holy shit, that's a good cushion to like have in the bank in case something goes wrong and I have medical bills I have to pay and I don't lose my house or something in the future. Like I'm not gonna spend it on shit right now. Why would I do that? That's ridiculous. Unless I like needed a new car, which I kind of do because mine's 15 years old. But to get to my main point of why I want to make this video today, the Tyson, Fury, and Deontay Wilder fight. Bam. So, I'm sure a lot of you have been World of Warcraft players if you're subscribers of mine, and I'm assuming Deontay Wilder played a Death Knight at some point because look at these skull shoulder pads and his crown. I don't know why you would even wear this big mask with like glowing red eyes. And this is why he says he lost the fight. It was like 45 pounds of costume that he shouldn't have worn. I think they've already like scheduled Tyson Fury 3 because he wants a clean fight where he doesn't weaken his legs at the beginning of the fight by wearing a giant costume. And I've seen a lot of MMA fights too where people will talk trash before the fight even happens, and some little skinny Asian guy will beat the shit out of them because they didn't say shit and like they knew they had the skills that it was required. And like if you don't know something's for certain, don't. What the hell is this? What the? I didn't even see this. Cosmo Donato have worked with the Bronze Bomber since the epic first fight with Tyson Fury. I don't know. Maybe this is like a running joke or something. Like 31,000 pounds on costume and mask. Wait, that's Tyson Fury with the. Maybe this is like a whole like advertising thing. Maybe there's a reason to do all this shit. It's like nobody's interested in them because it's not McGregor or it's not whoever. So nobody cares about their fight as much, so they put a bunch of costumes on. It's almost like luchadors now. So anyway, this is why black athletes are stupid. Dumb shit like this. Showboating. Peacocking. I'd love to be proven wrong. Like if you can find like some clips of white guys dropping the ball before the end zone and like showing off like this, I'd love to take a look at it. But I haven't seen it, and I've watched a lot of these videos.